Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here today. So happy you could join me. We've seen all the news that's come out recently with Harry and Meghan. Meghan's doing one thing, Harry's doing another. There's so much out there. I always like to give you a different perspective, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to be talking about how it looks like Meghan, she's out hustling, trying to make money, and Harry is trying to get back his royal-like status. That's what he's trying to do, and it spells signs of disaster for this couple. Let me tell you, I'm going to take a look at the troubles in this marriage based on what we saw at these two events, because I can tell you they have given us a lot of clues on the current status of this marriage, and not a professional separation. No, no, it is not. And that's what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. First, I want to take just a quick moment just to say it's nice to see Catherine back. Here she is at the Christmas Carol event. It's really nice to see her out, looking lovely, conversing, talking with the guests, and I'm just really happy to see her out. We know she's going through some health issues right now, but it seems like she's getting her strength back and she's looking better and able to get back out there and to be a working royal. So it's nice to see her out again. Have to acknowledge that. Now, we saw Harry and Meghan out recently, and it looks like Meghan and Harry are... this story that I picked up today, there's many stories that are out there, but the one that I'm working on is talking about how it really looks like Meghan is trying to make money and Harry's just off trying to get his identity back, being a royal. And it looks like because of these two different events, you saw a clear reason why it looks like they're drifting apart. Now, this article is going on and saying that Harry and Meghan's solo public appearances are reportedly due to their shift in ventures. They've got a different take on what it is that they're trying to do professionally. Now, while Harry has addressed speculation about their marital troubles during his solo appearance with the New York Times Deal Book Summit, royal expert Duncan Larcombe still thinks that they are drifting apart as a married couple, and I agree completely. Duncan told Mirror, "I think that they're starting to pursue their own causes and aims. It wasn't that long ago that if Meghan gave a speech, Harry would be sitting in the shadows watching her. And we seem to have gone beyond that now." Because this is very key in what we're seeing now. Now, whether that's a deliberate ploy or not, he's going on to say, we simply don't know. And that is true. We really don't know. So what you do end up finding out is what they say, how they act, who they are with when they are not together. You look for the clues in other ways. Okay? And that's what I'm going to speak to you about, what I saw when I saw these two separate events. Because I was watching. I was like, for real? I look at it with a very critical eye. And I am all in. I can see it. I can feel it. When I watch their body language, when I watch how they react to people, what they say, because you can hear what Harry's saying in his whole interview, and it was a bunch of nonsense, but you get a real good insight in what's going on with them when you see them separately. But I do think that the further they are apart in a professional and public sense, the more it will look like they are drifting apart as a married couple. Absolutely 100% yes on that. Now, this is what I'm going to say about Meghan attending the Paley Center Honors. She's there to represent and to support Tyler Perry. And what you have to look at is how this all happened. It's very key into what is going on with Harry and Meghan personally. Because if you look at this invitation, you can see at the very bottom, which I find interesting, is at the very bottom, it wasn't like their names were Anne, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It wasn't like they were the highlight at the bottom. Like, no, they were mentioned last on this list. That gives you perspective, I believe, in how they are viewed in Hollywood circles. Because it wasn't the and that comes at the end that showed and special guest and the honorable. No, it was just all the names and then Harry and Meghan at the very bottom. That is key because these things matter, folks. They matter. Now, the fact that Harry was originally supposed to be there shows you by this invitation. Okay, this shows you by the card who was going to be there. So the fact that Harry did not show after his name was already printed on the paper to be there, it says a lot that he didn't care, that he was going to go do something else. And the reason why he was at the Deal Book Summit instead, it was because of what he said. He was asked to be there. Now, I'm sorry. If someone is asking me to come do one thing while I've already planned to do something else to honor the godfather of my daughter, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I have to respectfully decline coming to the Deal Book Summit because I'm already committed to honoring the godfather of my daughter. Because that's supposed to be a big deal, right? Well, not for Harry. Because he left. He did not want to be there. And how do you think that made Tyler feel, knowing his name was already on the invitation? He was already expected to be there. It was announced. It came out in the news that he was going to be there. And he doesn't show up. Something is wrong here, folks. So this man, and I'm going to say it, this white man, because that's important to what I'm getting ready to say next. This white man has asked me to show up to the Deal Book Summit. I'm going to attend that and speak and promote my book, Spare, that has already been out. But still, I'm going to go out and support and talk about it when it wasn't on his agenda to do. He didn't even release new information in the paperback that came out in October. So why are you really declining this invitation to honor your black man, godfather of your daughter, and you're going to go to this event with this white man? And let me tell you, this is why, folks. This is why. And I don't know if any other people are saying this or not, but I'm going to say it. Someone like Tyler Perry just does not feel white people like that. I'm sorry. I've seen it in the things that he says. As a matter of fact, let's take a listen to this.
We'll call and we'll chat and we'll talk about silly things. And they were pretty serious on the phone. I go, okay, what's going on? And I said, well, we'd like for you to be Lily's godfather. I go, well, I'd take a minute to take that in. And I thought I'd be honored. I'd absolutely be honored. And I got off the phone, took it all in, then I called him back. I go, hold on a second. Does this mean we got to go over there and do all of that in the church with them and figure all that out? Because I don't want to do that. Maybe we can do a little private ceremony here and let that be that.
And I know there are certain people in this Hollywood genre of Black Hollywood are not very friendly towards white people. Now, that has nothing to do with probably, the majority of black people, but there is a subset of black people that are so anti-white. They only want to deal within the black culture, and that's all they want to know. Just like the same is true on the white end, okay? So that's just an observation. But I can see how Tyler Perry could feel rejected. Or perhaps maybe he didn't make Harry feel very wanted by coming. Because remember, they played on this racism of Harry's family that Harry tried to distance himself from later. And Meghan hanging out with Tyler Perry and sitting with him at the table, because Kerry Washington was there, Oprah was there at the table. Meghan is trying to get her foot in Black Hollywood. Because Black Hollywood is the only ones that will accept her. White Hollywood is not taking her phone calls. We've already heard that from the guy Sykes that wrote about it. It came out in the news. That Hollywood is just not taking Meghan's calls anymore. But the Black Hollywood folks are. And if Meghan is going to win, she has to rely on the black people. And it is so cringe. Because when she and Kerry Washington started dancing, or not dancing, but looking like they were like clapping to some music, right? They were, and Meghan looked like she was trying to be all in and looking at Carrie, like getting Carrie's validation for, trying to be all cool and hip. And nobody else in the room was doing it. But Meghan fed into that, which Carrie was doing, because she's trying to be hypnotize her celebrity in the black culture. That's what she's trying to do, folks. Don't get it twisted, okay? I can tell you right now that's what she's trying to do. And she looked goofy as all heck. She looked goofy trying to be cool like. I mean, you couldn't even hardly hear the music. It's like, what are you dancing to? What? So like, that is a mess. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to do another video about what Harry talked about, because there was so much contradiction in everything that he talked about. And I definitely want to hit what he said at the Deal Book Summit, because it's a lot there. So I'm going to talk about what he did. But just looking at what has happened with Meghan and Harry being split and separate, and how Meghan looked like she was constantly looking for validation and just, the way she saw Tyler, when she saw him on the red carpet, how she was just like clapping and went to hug him. I mean, she's over dramatic. It was too much, folks. It was too much. And she's trying to get her celebrity. She is trying to feel Hollywood. Hollywood is not feeling her. And the fact that Harry opted to go do something that he was not even originally going to do, because I looked on the website for this summit that he appeared at. He was not there on the website. So why was he opting to do that when he had planned to go do something else? Like, it makes so much sense that the couple is in a position now where the plan has been set. They are going their separate ways. They are no longer aligned in purpose. Because I can tell you something, if you are married and you have different purposes in life, the one thing you do as a spouse is you support your spouse in their purpose. That's what a spouse does, because we know that's what Harry did a lot when Meghan was off doing things, and he wasn't really meant to be there to speak or anything, but he was there to support her. He is no longer showing up. And they can name it professional split all they want. In this world of media and criticism and presentation of a brand, if you don't show up together, you're half as strong. You don't really hold any power as an individual to make it with whatever it is you're trying to do, because you don't have no talent. So the best you can do is to be together, but to excuse the separation on a personal level, they're calling it a professional separation. And I'm here to tell you folks, we're not falling for that. This is the imitation of royal life, folks, let me tell you, and we're watching it. And we're watching Meghan go off on the red carpet and try to appear royal-like, try to appear like she's supporting Tyler Perry, but she's struggling to make it in Hollywood. And I believe she's very scared. She didn't look very into her. She made it look like she was trying to save face, but she doesn't look confident in that she has got this. Harry is another story. That's another video, folks. And why wasn't Oprah with Meghan on the carpet? I don't know. I just thought that's interesting. I didn't see Oprah on the red carpet. I didn't see Meghan and Oprah together. That says something to me. It says a lot. There's two things that are happening with Tyler Perry. One of two things. Either he is secretly helping Meghan get into Black Hollywood because he is a producer, a filmmaker. He could easily put her in something. Or he's being cordial, he's being polite, and he's just there to support and not willing to really do much more. People talk, and Hollywood is a very fickle place. And I don't know if Tyler Perry is going to be of the kind to want to support her in a way with no talent in a movie and to really help skyrocket her career, because that's going to be a heavy lift. Let's just keep it real, folks. It's going to be a heavy lift. Okay? Especially when you don't hardly look Black. Or he's just being polite. A couple of things could be going on there. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see later. Duncan has shared his views on Harry and Meghan's dynamic, saying that when they first arrived in California, they were a power couple with their own similar agendas, which was criticizing the royal family. Now they've gotten through that. He went on to say that it certainly looks like from the outside looking in that this is a separation between them in terms of what their priorities are. I think it is really interesting development because it does beg the question, what are they all about? Are they a commercial entity or are they royals without a portfolio? It's a bit confusing to know what's actually driving them other than they're trying to make money if you're Meghan. And from Harry's point of view, you're trying to prove that you are still a decent chap who is hardworking. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. The things around their charity are a sham. It's to make money and to elevate their status. It's not really about helping people. Come on, let's be real. We got to talk more about that. We look at Meghan trying to make money. Let's see what's going to happen. Is Tyler Perry going to help her out with a job? Who knows? But she's having a hard time. And Harry, he's trying to fight, get that IPP status, and to try to make himself stay within the royal fold. I believe he is desperate to get back to the UK in some kind of way. Part-time, never, with the kids maybe, once in a while. He is trying to get back in some kind of way. He is trying to be more royal-like. The thing that I have to say about this is, at the end of the day, they have disappointed their families, and most of all, the children will pay the price for their shenanigans. You watch. It is all a sham with this couple. And I feel sorry for the most vulnerable. And Harry and Meghan, keep trying to prove and do what you're trying to do while you have distanced yourself from what is truly the most important thing of life. Your family, your history, the simple things, humility, common decency. It's too bad they don't realize it. But we'll sit and watch them try to get the glitz and the glamour of Hollywood and royalty, because that's what is important to them as individuals. It is a shame. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!